Hello, I'm Paul Pluta. Welcome to the Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing paid reviews. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. So today I'm doing a paid review. This is for Paul. I've sent you $20 for some advice. My name is Paul. I live in Manchester, UK. I was wondering if you can help. I have a nice little collection, but I'm thinking of adding another piece. I currently have a rose gold Rolex Daytona. Wowzers! Rose gold Rolex Daytona. A steel Cartier Pasha chronograph. A limited edition IWC Ingenua chronograph. Rudolph Kari Aki whatever. An Omega Speedmaster Professional circa 1980s with the 861 movement. Omega Seamaster. I would like an everyday classic watch that I can either wear as a casual piece or perhaps with a suit. I have come across two watches which I like the look of and I think will work nicely and complement my collection. I think they are both similar proportions, and I could do with a steer as to which would be the best purchase. Firstly, the Roger Dubious La Monégasque. It's a steel watch on a black leather strap with a grey face. I think the model number is RDDBMG0001. I have seen these heavily discounted on Chrono24, and new ones can be purchased for as little as £5,600 from the US. Presumably, I'll have to pay duty on the purchase from the US. Alternatively, I have come across the Vacheron Constantin Croix de l'Or, which I think is similar watch, but probably with a better pedigree. Again, the watch is automatic on a leather strap with a stainless steel case. I think the model number is 4500S/000A-B196. Again, I've seen these for as little as £8,200 on Chrono24 and Joma Shop in the US. Both of these watches look like they are heavily discounted for some reason. However, I think they would serve the same function and would complement nicely my existing collection. Both watches come with the Geneva seal, so they are both quality timepieces. Which would be your choice? Bearing in mind the Vacheron is more money, but I'm guessing you are paying for pedigree and heritage. Any help would be greatly appreciated, as I really value your opinion. I attach pics. Keep up the good work, and I hope you get this review out before being locked up in a mental asylum. Mad, but I love you. Okie dokie. This is from Paul from Manchester. Well, thank you so much. Okie dokie. So, which one do you go for? Vacheron versus Roger Dubious. Dubious. I gotta be honest with you, they are both very soft watches for a good reason. The wristwatch market has crashed. And you're investing. So let's have a look here. We've got a Daytona steel, a rose gold Daytona, big bucks. You got a Cartier chronograph, nice. IWC chronograph. You seem to love your chronographs. An Omega Speedmaster, and you've got a Seamaster. Now you want a classic. Okay. So I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. I probably would try and steer you out of those two watches there, okay? Vacheron is a great brand, and Roger Dubious is also they're both great brands. However, the watch market is very bad for these boutique sort of things. My honest advice to you, with your collection, I'll tell you what I think you should do. Number one option, okay, let's have a look at this. You love chronographs. Why don't you get another chronograph? You're a chronograph collector. Get a Breguet Type 20. Now that is a flyback chronograph. Get it on a leather strap, steel on a leather strap. It's a Breguet. Beautiful brand. On the used market, they're soft as they come. You'll pick one up between $4,000 and $6,000 US. Great watch. The other option I would say to you is I would possibly look at some sort of Rolex GMT function sort of watch. You get a Batman, you could get a black ceramic, or you could get a Explorer 2. In this watch market we're talking about, I'd be very careful what I invested money into. At the moment, Rolex is cool, but some of these specially boutique brands, you're never going to get out of them. You're not going to get out of them. It would be fiscally irresponsible of me to tell you to buy either of those brands there. I really think myself, you've got to be so careful because these are unsaleable sort of things. I'd be careful. Be careful here, okay? We're going into tough times. As men, folk, we may have to sell some of our pieces when things get really tough. That both of those are very, very hard sells. Chrono 24 is retail second hand. That means that's not what dealers will pay for them. That's what dealers will sell them for. Those two brands are very, they are good watches. Yes, they're nice watches, but man, I wouldn't be buying that in this point in time. It's irresponsible for me to recommend that. Between the two, which one would I go for? Definitely the Vacheron. Definitely the Vacheron, okay? However, I would really say to you, man, I'd be putting my money, I think I'd really put my money into something Rolex. The other thing which would be really cool for you would be two-tone Rolex Sub Bluesy. Okay, two-tone Sub. That'd be a cool everyday watch. It's a cool watch. Now, the watch market is atrocious at the moment. Things are very tough to shift. It may not have come through to England yet, but let's be honest, okay? I wouldn't be buying either of those brands in this economy. The economy is tanking in watches. So, look, man, if you had to choose between the two, Vacheron or Roger Dubious, go for the Vacheron. But I wouldn't be buying that. I would be going, I reckon that this, you'd better off to go Rolex. When in doubt, go Rolex. Okay, when in doubt, go Rolex. Now, you could say that's boring. I know. But Rolex is really, that is the way to go. I'm sorry to really push this point, but I think it'd be irresponsible for me to tell you to buy either of those brands, considering how bad the watch market is there. So please, those boutique brands are very, look, brands like IWC, Panerai, they're tanky, they're hard to sell. Okay, they are soft. Those two brands you've mentioned, ooh, they're poison. And you know what? The dealers in London and England are nasty. They won't discount. They will screw every cent they can out of you. You'll never get out of that piece. Stay with Rolex. With this economy the way it is, stick with Rolex. Stick with Rolex. That's my advice to you. Stick with Rolex. The reason they're so heavy discounted, they're unsaleable. They are unsaleable. They are impossible to move. They're not easy to move, man. They're very, very hard. So that's my opinion there. I'd really say go to Rolex. if you're going to be stubborn, go for the Vacheron, definitely. But I'd be going for a Breguet Type 20. I reckon that is great bang per buck from a great brand. Second hand, they lose so much. So that's my advice. The other one you might consider is a VC Overseas, the Vacheron Constantin, the Overseas. They've got some great models. Second hand, they plummet like a stone. So that's another option I would possibly look at. Get the one with the Vacheron cross in the bracelet. You know, that model I'm talking about. But I'd personally, those special in this economy now, don't buy that sort of stuff. Please don't do that. Don't do that. It's wrong. It's wrong for me to recommend that when I know how tough it really is. So I'm being honest with you. Please don't buy that sort of stuff. You will really regret it. I'm Paul Pluta. I've spoken. Pontiff has spoken. Let's see if he takes my advice. Tell me what you guys think of that.